All right, this is Chaotic Crypto. This is where we defy tyranny. So, take a look at the markets. We got a little bit of a downswing. It's nothing completely, really terrible. It's kind of expected. I'm still expecting more consolidation as we go here. But what's really interesting is we pretty much tested the 21 week moving average, as well as believe the 200 week as well. Let me take a look at that really quick. Put that in. Yeah. And again, this is a trading view that I use. Anybody who's interested in charting, you're doing your own analysis, it's a great program. It's what I started with to kind of really get a feel of what the markets were doing. It kind of was foreign at first, but you really get used to it. In TradingView, it's free. You can download it. You only get kind of the basic indicator package, but I don't pay anything extra, and I have the basic stuff, and that's really all you kind of need. But yeah, we're basically hovering on the 200 week moving average as well as the 21 week moving average, which is really interesting actually. But it's looking healthy. The consolidation looks solid. We do have to still prepare ourselves for 0.786 retracement down to 23.9. So anything between 23 and 25K, we have to kind of expect it. But what's really interesting is that we're holding really solid support on the 0.618 retracement from the top. So yeah, pretty much we pretty much went down and tested it. So we've had 4 red candles on the weekly, and usually you start getting that many candles, so you're probably getting ready to get a green one at some point. And we are forming a bit of a falling wedge sort of situation here, and they'll probably break out, and they usually go down up to test their previous high. We'll see how that goes, though. It's pretty speculative at this point. As far as the news goes, just kind of keeping up with everything. We are getting apparently a Celsius got bought out. At least they won the bid. I don't think it's official yet. The company hasn't paid the money. They have 3 days to pay. But apparently Celsius is being bought out by Fahrenheit. So just part of me is just like, is this a joke? I'm like, really? Can we just move on, have a different name and everything? But anyway, that's looking pretty good. And I think there's going to be some initial distribution similar to Voyager. Voyager really got screwed, and thanks to Gary Gensler, who I absolutely just have lost all respect for. Thanks to Gary Gensler, Binance pretty much pulled out of that deal. Well, Gary Gensler and really all the administration currently, they completely waged war on the markets and crypto in general. So thank y'all for that. I hope the worst for all of you. So basically, Voyager was going to get bought out, and possibility of getting all your funds back, but the Binance pulled out, and now it's just will be a liquidation. It looks like everyone's getting at least a 25% haircut. It could have gotten everything, and now we're getting maybe 50%. I mean, I'm not expecting 75%, So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But Celsius is looking more promising. And I think even in the worst case scenario, if the other company fails, it's still you get part of the mining company that it's associated with distribution. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. I mean, overall, I think the market's actually bullish. Everyone's commenting. I even had a couple friends saying, "What are you in that for?" Like, I'll never buy crypto. I'll never support this. Everything is bearish. Everything looks terrible. I'm like, really? I kind of feel pretty good about it, honestly. And I really like the stochastic RSIs coming down and getting completely recharged, and that's awesome. We want a little bit more consolidation, I think. And I think another wick down would be pretty healthy, like a big wick down, and just hold support back up here at 24, 25K. I don't think, a lot of people are saying, oh, worst case scenario, 19 to 20K. Yeah, it's possible. I don't think it's going to happen. And part of me is because of this, the mosquito doji candle. When something like that comes down and absorbs liquidity, that's a lot of power. and I just don't see that happening. Taking a look at another chart, this is the VPVR on the this is the Crypto Watch platform. I don't use it as much, but I kind of plan to, because I do more technical analysis, and I will do more technical analysis as we go. I want to get a little bit better routine. But yeah, looking at this, it does look like we're going to turn around and go down a little bit. Our highest support area in the VPVR, again, these volume nodes are basically where all the price action is happening. How much buying and selling is happening in each of these price ranges. And it gives you a good idea for support and resistance. So, yeah, like really our heaviest support is around 18 to 20K. I just think that's a nightmare scenario. I think if the stock markets fall, that's probably where we head on down to. But we are kind of falling over, so I'm kind of curious. Do we find support probably on this 24K node right here? And I think that's pretty like, I think that might happen. But either way, we are actually filling this node up. So I think really, regardless, I think in between this 23 to 27K area, we may spend the rest of the summer in. I mean, we might get some momentum to come back up in June and July like we did in 2019. Like, I could see that maybe happening. Yeah, this is June and July. But it's a very different candle situation if you look at the candles themselves. We're not getting that. We're really kind of in a slow, methodical consolidation, which is good. It's a much healthier cycle. Like, we're doing something. Well, this is interesting. I've actually never looked at this. These are Heikin-Ashi candles. This is a different kind of candle charting pattern. But looking at this is the 2015 cycle. This is starting to look a lot like that. A few candles down, a few candles up, sideways, a few candles up, sideways. That's interesting. And we're like technically about right here. Wait, no. Sorry. No, we're in this zone right here. If we were comparing time, So I mean, maybe we're like right in this kind of zone right here. Maybe. Yeah, it's not going to look exactly the same. It's going to give the same kind of vibe though. But we also could be getting something like this where it rises up and then comes back down pretty hard capitulation. But it'd be nice to see just some sideways, more sideways. Anyways, let's take a look at Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Actually went up to 51. We're probably going to get a push back down, I think, because today looked really bad yesterday and today, but actually it's starting to bounce now. So it's kind of like all over the place. Let's take a look at the 4 hours, see if there's anything telling us anything. So stochastic looks recharged. We could go up. We did get a test on this wedge that I drew. Let's take a look at the daily. Not really seeing anything that's telling me one thing or another. Let's see what the job openings, personal income. Not seeing anything too amazing there. And open interest is still kind of mid-ground. I would like to see us get another push down and kind of recharge this, but we're in the neutral territory at 8.1 trillion. Longs are paying the shorts. Yeah, it's nothing I can really hone in on there. What else has happened? I think we're waiting on inflation data tomorrow, if we didn't get it today already. I mean, I think like really this summertime, if we don't get a push up and break out of this and start heading back up over the next into June and July, it's more common. It's more likely that we just kind of go sideways, maybe slightly down a little bit over the next 6 months until something more happens. But everyone's really concerned about the U.S. regulation, like who's going to buy. Like, there's too much liquidity that's being trapped right now that can't be deployed. But really, people need to start looking at it. It's not just an American thing. It's international. It's China. It's Russia. It's India. It's like crypto is international. It's everywhere. So because of that, China's reopening. Hong Kong is opening trading on June 1st. There's a lot of June 1st. There's a lot of things happening in the beginning of June. And that's either going to be a catalyst for some really bullish price action, some positive price action, or if it goes right, it's going to be negative. So we're just going to have to see what happens there. Take a look at the Dixie. This is the U.S. dollar index, looking pretty powerful, really. But it's there's not a lot of volume behind this move. Like, if it breaks up here, really strong, goes through this 200-week moving average. Okay, yeah. If this goes above the 200-week moving average, I'd be worried. But the fact that the U.S. dollar was in a bull cycle from, I guess, when it really broke out of this, from, June of 2021, all the way up until November of 2022. And now we're breaking below this 200-week moving average, and that's probably going to be bearish. We're probably going to hit that and come back down. And when the U.S. dollar is in a bullish mode, the 200-week is kind of like that big deciding factor there. And when it's below, it's below. When it breaks below, it stays below it a bit. Yeah, so I think the U.S. dollar is probably maxing out its bounce. There's not much volume behind it. What does this say? NVIDIA fuels Wall Street gains. Gold falls to 2-month low. Gold's probably about to bounce. And I think Bitcoin's going to follow gold. And once people realize that Bitcoin is really better than gold in almost every way, especially in this new digital age, it's done. Gold is not going to be such a thing. It's going to be a novelty, I think, still. But I think Bitcoin's going to become a novelty, really. So it's transportable. It's much easier to send. You don't have to pay for security to move it around and protect it. And you also, the problem is companies that hold gold, they can lie about it. Where is it? What is it? Like, governments can lie about it. And that might be what actually kills, gold as a store of value, or at least propels Bitcoin to be, take that spot, I think. Also, on the daily gold, this is the U.S. dollar again. The U.S. dollar is maxed out on the stochastic. It's probably about to be done there. Oh, sorry, I was looking at the daily moving averages. I apologize. Well, I think that was accurate, though. The volume is gone. It's dissipated. Unless we get a crazy bounce up. Very interesting. See what else we have here to talk about. And these are still great zones. The total market cap, I'm not sweating because of the total market cap, honestly. And when in doubt, zoom out, as they say. Take a look at all of this. This is the total crypto market cap from beginning to end. And here we are, floating on the 200-week moving average. Yeah, very bullish. I don't think we're going to go below this. I just don't think we're going to. That means 1.07 trillion. I'm just not. I think this is very bullish. The bullish setup or bullish consolidation for our next run. We have 1 year till the halving, less than a year till the halving, 11 months. I'm feeling bullish, and we're so lucky to be able to buy some of these cryptos at these prices, like Link, even Ethereum, like Cardano. These things are so cheap. And I was talking about the other day, Apple is at a is at 2 trillion. You know, it's at 2 trillion, 2.75 trillion market cap. It's 3 times almost what Bitcoin is. That's one stock. Without, or like crypto in general, it's just 1 trillion. Apple is 3 times that. It's just, we're so early, and like pick the right projects, have a good portfolio. I mean, be safe. Like Bitcoin and Ethereum, I don't think they're going anywhere. And see what else we got. Gala is supposed to be doing some kind of airdrop. Kind of curious what's going to happen with that one. It's a metaverse play. Engine is, as far as metaverse gaming tokens, I think Engine is one of the safest. Absolutely. And it's looking really juicy in this level. Let's take another look. I don't know much about Near, but I've been stacking it because like it's more than a 20x. It's more than a 10x, like a 15x just to get to all-time highs. And I think this one could be really something to behold. Cosmos Atom, you get 22% staking this thing on Atomic Wallet. And all the Ledger drama as well. Like, I am never going to use Ledger. Like, I have a Ledger, I never put anything on it, but I'm absolutely never going to use it now. So I'll look at some others. I use Exodus, Atomic Wallet. I use Kyber, Crystal Network. I use, Coinbase. I think is really safe. I mean, I think they're okay. Crypto.com, they have a DEX wallet. You want to get your coins on your own wallet. It's a Monarch wallet. It's okay. I like that Crypto Beatles guy, but I don't really know what's going on with Monarch wallet. I'm kind of worried about it not being managed or upgraded. But I think they're a pretty good wallet. And there's Trust Wallet and a few others. But my main ones, Exodus and Atomic Wallet, are solid. Algorand's really been getting pummeled. Like, really pummeled. I wonder, like, I really thought this thing would do a little bit better, but it's like just keeps going down and down and down. Like, I hope it gets better. I mean, it's really... We break this support. I mean... It's like I really want to buy more, but it's just looking so rough. I really was scared of this thing. But yeah, actually looking at this chart, I might actually buy just a little bit more of it. But I don't know what's going to happen with that. What else we got? Just doing a quick little Pepe coin. Let's take a look at the whole Pepe thing. I really think this hype's pretty much done with. It looks like a bearish kind of consolidation. Probably come back down here. Maybe as far as here. We'll see. I'm just not really into it. I don't really care. Now CRO token, which is Crypto.com's token. This one's got some... I'm really interested in it because if this company can hold and survive all this hell, I mean, it survives, Voyager and the Celsius. If it gets through this bear market, then it only really needs to go another 6 more months before it, can hold on, through this thing. It's going to be a major player. It's going to be the American competitor, Coinbase. I mean, maybe Binance US, but I mean, being that they lost that deal, I don't think anyone's. I was getting ready to start putting money on that and trading on it. I'm not going to do that now. Unfortunately, I feel kind of bad about it. It's like, but this thing might rip once we get going. CRO token, it's so cheap. It's back to where it was when I first started stacking it back in. God, when did I start buying this coin? It's not it. I was buying it, I think, back here in 2020. I was one of the first Crypto.com customers, if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. If it could survive, it's going to just completely go crazy. So we'll see what happens. That's one of the ones I'm stacking and watching. Tron actually broke out of this consolidation, and it's been around for a long time, and I don't think it's going to go anywhere. And Justin Sun is a figure. He's a figure. I think Tron is a decent play. You could stake it for 5% on Atomic, and that's a pretty positive. This is a bullish move right here. So yeah, if you want to look at it, yeah, I mean we're looking at 15, at least double in price here. Yeah, I mean some double to triple price. So let's see what happens. Take a look at Tesla. Kind of curious. 200-week moving average. Tesla might be at a really good buy right now. Let's see what else we have here. Solana. I think this might be the Ethereum of last cycle. We're getting Ethereum at like $60 to $100, and it turns into 4K. Like, that's insane. So I think Solana is one to watch. I think it has a community. I think it has a decent ecosystem. It just needs to work on its technology. It going down is not something that the community is going to put up with much longer. This next cycle is probably going to be more about utility, probably about like just decentralization and freedom. It's going to be political. It's going to be a political cycle, I think, in a lot of ways. At least at the beginning, that's what's going to start it. So, I mean, all the politicians are talking about crypto right now, and the ones that hate on it are really losing about 25% of their voting base. So, not a wise thing to do. Oh yeah, and I think I've touched on this before, but some of the crypto mining firms, Mara, Hive, Canaan, Riot was not there, but I think some of these crypto mining firms are going to do really well. Where's the gold? Trying to find gold. And I cannot find it. There's silver, though. We can take a look at that. All right, silver is bouncing off this 200-week moving average, probably in a bull market for the next, for a while. Let's see. Let's take a look, because I'm kind of interested. Silver is more volatile than gold. But you can make more money with it, obviously, but it's a little more volatile, so it's probably similar to like maybe how Bitcoin react. I'm just kind of curious, like the length of this last bull cycle. So from 0.03, September 03, to where it dropped off. I mean, that's a lot of days. It was like a 10-year bull cycle. If you want to go to like right here, silver and gold are about to go to some kind of a bull cycle, I think. That's on the 200-week. I think silver and gold are going to do some magic over the next while. It's just kind of sad because that's probably going to mean there's going to be a lot of instability, a lot of distrust in stocks and corporations. People putting their money in hard assets. So maybe it will be the Great Depression of the 2020s. Hope not. Yeah, Uniswap. All the decentralized exchanges, Uniswap, DYDX, GMX, I think those are really solid plays for this cycle. I think people are just done distrusting the other ones, so I think these will be the moves. Tezos, if we could just get a bounce here, oh man, I'll be getting some real bullish feels on this one. Tezos looks really juicy, actually. If it gets a bounce here, oh man, that's going to be great. Like, we're probably looking at 20 to 30, 40 bucks for Tezos next cycle. So, anyways, I just kind of doing a stream of consciousness here, and I'm feeling pretty good about everything. Like, I wouldn't worry about the FUD. Like, I wouldn't worry unless we like really crash below 23 or 22. In that case, 20K might happen. So, anyway, we're gonna jump off here. We'll check back in tomorrow. I might do a video on my way back home traveling. But hang in there. Keep strong. Hodl on. Peace.